What's going on, guys? Welcome back to yet another episode of 100 for 100. This is kind of just a follow-up from our first episode because a lot of you wanted to see the combo tutorial that I had promised. I'm sorry it's been 3 weeks. Kind of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Extravaganza kind of took up a lot of my time over the past few weeks, but we're finally going to get into the combo. So, I hope you guys like the spice. Let's get into it. So our first combo is going to start with either a copy of Opening of the Spirit Gates or a copy of Dark Beckoning Beast, and any just random discard from your hand. It doesn't really matter. Preferably, you're going to want to open up Gates just because the only thing that stops it is Ash, compared to a lot of the other hand traps right now in the meta, stopping things like Dark Beckoning Beast. So let's start with our copy of Opening of the Spirit Gates, searching our Dark Beckoning Beast, normaling Dark Beckoning Beast, and searching our copy of Chaos Summoning Beast. Dark Beckoning Beast has a second effect where it can do an additional normal summon to for any fiend that has 0 attack or defense. So we'll normal summon our Chaos Summoning Beast and link it off for a copy of Link Karibo. We'll use the second effect of Opening of the Spirit Gates to go ahead and discard our other random card from a hand to special back the Chaos Summoning Beast and link it off again for our copy of Relinquished Anima. This is why it's really important for this, because if you notice, we have 3 darks on the field, but they're all different types. So we can actually link all 3 of these off for a copy of Curious. Curious is going to activate, sending you a copy of Orcust Nightmare, and then you get 3 other random mills from the top of your deck. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we can hit anything good. That's perfectly fine. The other mills can be awesome. Sometimes they're kind of whatever, and that's a-okay. From there, we'll go ahead and activate our effect of Orcust Nightmare, banishing itself targeting the Curious, and sending World Wand from deck to grave. And it's just typical Orcust shenanigans from here, activating the World Wand effect to get the Nightmare, linking these 2 off for a Galatea, and then Galatea shuffling back the World Wand for either a copy of Battle or for a copy of Crescendo, whatever you prefer. Okay, for the second combo, you're going to do everything the same exact way you did all the way up until the point of Curious. The only difference is that you're going to have Orcust Nightmare in your hand that you discarded with Opening of the Spirit Gates. So, rather than sending Nightmare with Curious, instead, you're going to send your copy of Eradicator Epidemic Virus to the grave. And then, blah blah blah, random mill 3, that's kind of nice. That's also kind of nice. Yeah, whatever. So, this also assumes that you have another discard in hand as well as an extender. So, we'll go ahead, blah blah blah, random discard, get your Tsuchinoko on board, or any of your other extenders. You'll link these 2 off into your copy of Nightmare Griffin. Griffin will activate, doing your discard, to then reset the copy of Eradicator that was in your grave to your field. From there, again, you'll just do like your other Orcust shenanigans. Where's my Nightmare? There we go. Shenanigans. We're going to assume that I didn't send the World Wand. Send your World Wand. Special back your Nightmare. And then from here, go into your Galatea. Get your Babel. Sending this back to deck. You'll overlay for Dingirsu. Obviously, we didn't have anything banished. That's perfectly fine. But then for your opponent's turn, you have Eradicator, and then you'll also get a symbol engrave to then get Dingirsu back on field for an additional interruption. And you've ripped all of the spells and traps out of the hand with Eradicator. So our next combo is going to be the scrap combo that probably a lot of you are really used to. This particular one requires Scrap Recycler, any extender, and then just any spell and trap that you can pop for Scrap Wyvern. So I'm just picking Gates just because. So we'll activate Gates. We'll go and search our Dark Beckoning Beast. It literally doesn't matter. It's just going to be discard fodder if we want it for later. So you go ahead, normal summon your Scrap Recycler, and unlike most combos, like, we're not playing Rosenix, just because I'm not a huge fan of adding more bricks, because Orcust has always been so bricky to begin with. So we'll go and send our Nightmare. It's honestly just so much safer too in case something does happen to our Wyvern if we get there. We'll go ahead, special our Tsuchinoko because it is a guaranteed extender, and we'll go ahead and link 2 from here. So we're going to link 2, for a copy of Scrap Wyvern. We'll activate Wyvern effect, especially back to recycle and popping it, and then activating the second effect of Wyvern to special summon Scrap Golem from our deck, and then pop our Spirit Gates. If you're going second, you don't have to worry about that. You can just pop your opponent's card, especially it's nice because it's non-targeting. So, Scrap Golem will then bring back our Scrap Recycler. You'll get an additional send. We'll send our copy of World Wand. We'll link to, since we have a World Legacy Engrave, we'll go for a copy of Lib. Lib is then going to set a copy of World Legacy Succession from our deck to our field, and then we'll go ahead and activate that to, again, loop Scrap Golem. None of these particular scrap cards, except for Wyvern, are once per turn at all. It's insane. Scrap Recycler will dump our last name that we need to go to grave with our symbol skeleton. So there is something nice that you can do with this particular board, which is really nice in the fact that Wyvern, Golem, and Scrap Recycler are all different types with the same attribute. So you can do the Curious combo from here if you'd like to. You already have your additional body on board with your Lib to go into Griffin. And you already have all of your names, so you can just send the Eradicator immediately. This is a much more powerful Curious board, but you have multiple ways to get to the Eradicator combo. But I'm going to just go ahead and show you something a little bit different. So we'll go ahead and link those same monsters off for a copy of Appaloosa. So this would be 3 negates at 2400 attack. And then we'll go ahead and do all of our Orcust shenanigans, starting off with actually our symbol skeleton. Symbol will reborn our copy of Orcust Nightmare, which then we will use those two to link into a copy of Galatea. If, again, you're playing into a board, you have a second way to break their board with Lib, being able to non-target just shuffle a card they control back into the deck, which is awesome. From here, you'll go ahead and use your World Wand to then special back the symbol skeleton that you had before. Galatea will activate her effect, putting back the World Wand to then grab yourself the Babel. Here, you will then go for your Nightmare, sending a copy of Gizbek. You'll overlay for your Dingirsu, reattaching your Nightmare, and then link all of that off for your copy of IP. So the thing that's really nice about this board too, so you have your 3 negate Appaloosa, you have an IP active, you also have every name that matters in your grave already. So your whole engine is live. You have Babel, so they're all quick effects. You'll have a Unicorn spin in your opponent's turn, 3 negate Appaloosa. I don't think you could ask for much more than that, especially with an Orcust board. And on top of that too, you have a bunch of other cards at hand to help push through this too. So if you have Monster Reborn, if you have Foolish, you have all that other fun stuff, you can really push through to make this board happen. If you made it this far in the video, I really hope that you enjoyed all the fun combos with Sacred Beast Orcust. If you have any questions about any of the combo stuff, please leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll respond as quickly as I can, and hopefully clear anything up that you might have a question on. So, there are other episodes for 100 for 100 that are currently in the works right now. So if you'd like to see those videos, make sure that you are subscribed so you can see other really awesome, fun, competitive budget decks in the future. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.